Hi everybody, and welcome to Firebutton plays through another game. In this case, it is the Ian Livingstone's The Forest of Doom, a thrilling fantasy adventure in which you are the hero. Okay, go with the preface first, yeah? The Forest of Doom. Only the foolhardy or the brave would expect a lot of that, would willingly risk journey into dark wood forest, where strange twisting paths wind their way into the eerie depths. Who knows what monstrous creatures lurk in the dark? Threatening shadows. Or, well, you know, because I'm going to have to work it up occasionally, aren't I? Or what deadly adventures await the unwary traveller? Do you dare enter? In a desperate race against time, deep within Darkwood, your quest is to find the missing pieces of the legendary Hammer of Stonebridge, which was fashioned by dwarves to protect the peaceful Stonebridge against its ancient doom. 2 dice, a pencil and a razor are all you need to embark on this thrilling adventure of sword and sorcery, complete with its elaborate battle system and a score sheet to record your gains and losses. Many dangers lie ahead, and your success is by no means certain. Powerful bastards are ranged against you, and often your only choice is to kill or be killed. Right. Okay then. The Forest of Doom. Oh, Jesus Christ. For Liz and Carol. Right. How to fight the creatures of Darkwood Forest. Before embarking on your adventure, you must first determine your own strengths and weaknesses. You have in your possession a sword, it's that behind me, and a backpack containing provisions, food and drink for the trip. So, you know, chocolate bars, energy drinks. You've been preparing for your quest by training yourself in swordplay and exercising vigorously to build up your stamina. To see how effective your preparations have been, you must use the dice to determine your initial skill and stamina scores. On pages 16 and 19, there is an adventure sheet which you may use to record your details of your adventure. Here's one I made earlier. Right. Okay. On it, you'll find boxes for recording your blah 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 stats. Yes, we get it. You're advised to either record your scores on the adventure sheet in pencil or make photocopies. Yeah. Duh. Okay. Mike, will you hand me the trough of chance? Okay.
The trough of chance, my lord.
Thank you. In this case, it's like, you know, a box lid with some dice in it. Right. Okay. Skill, stamina, and luck. Roll 1 die. Okay, 1. Add 6 to the number and enter this total on the skill box in your adventure sheet. 2! Got 2! Right, okay. My skill level is 2 plus what exactly? Hang on. Add 6 to this number and enter the other. Okay. So I have a skill of 8, which means I'm about as good with the sword as butter knife. Right. Good job that thing's fake, innit? Right. Okay. Roll both dice. No pen. I've dropped the pen. I bought. Now we'll be fine. Okay, so. Okay, this time I got a 3 and a 5. I don't know if you can see that, but. Okay, there's a 3 and a 5. Add 12 to the number rolled, so that's 8 plus 12, that means 20. Yes! And I put 30, no, 20. 2-0. Right, there's also a luck box. Throw 1 die and add 6 to this number. Okay. You know what? My luck Mike. So you need me favour, just roll and then show the camera. Yeah. 4. Yeah, it would. 4. Right, okay, so 4 plus 6 is 10. Yay! Look at me. Working numbers, everybody. Look. Alright. Worst April Fool's Day idea ever. For reasons that will be explained below, skills, stamina, and luck constantly change during your adventure. You must keep an accurate record of these scores, and for this reason you're advised to either write small in the box... write small in the boxes or keep an eraser. I used a pen! But never about your initial scores. Good! Alright. Although you may be awarded additional skill, stamina, and luck points, these totals may never exceed your initial scores, except on very rare occasions when you will be instructed on a particular page. Your skill score reflects your swordsmanship and your general fighting expertise. The higher the better. Your stamina score reflects your general constitution and your will to survive, your determination and overall fitness. So, fictional me is doing better than me already. Your luck score indicates how naturally lucky a person you are. So luck and magic are facts in life in the fantasy kingdom you're about to explore. Okay. Battles. Okay, so basically, for battles, I'm going to just abbreviate. I roll 1 dice for me, and then I roll 1 dice for the enemy. If I score higher than the enemy, I do that damage. Otherwise, I get damage. Alright, you keep going until it dies. I'll probably just make it a bit more interesting. Like, I'll throw a gun at him, it die.
I will be the enemy.
You're always the enemy. Okay, on some pages you are able to have the option of running away from battle. Pretty obvious, okay? Sometimes you can't. You lose stamina points and get hit if you do. If you fight more than one creature, you get special rules. Okay, luck, I can only use so many times and my luck slowly starts to wear out. If I roll and I get a number less than, well in this case 10, I can't get less than 10 with 1 dice. It means I got lucky and I get away with it. Eventually, every time I succeed, it goes down. So from 10, it's going to go to 9, and so on. Right. I can use that in fights too if I want to try and increase my hit damage. Might want to save that for later. I can only, okay, what is it? Restoring skill, stamina, and luck. Your skill score will not change much during your adventure. Occasionally, a page may give you instructions on to increase or decrease your skill score. A magic weapon may increase my skill, but I can only equip 1 at a time. Alright, stamina will change a lot during your adventure as you fight monsters and undertake arduous tasks. As you near your goal, your stamina level may be dangerously low and battles may be particularly risky, so be careful. Your backpack contains enough provisions for 10 meals. That's a lot of chocolate bars. Okay, you may rest at any time except when engaged in a battle. Eating a meal restores 4 stamina points. 4. Right, okay. And you would deduct 1 point from your provisions. A separate provisions remaining box is provided on the adventure sheet for remaining, which is, what? This box. We're just going to know it's 10. Alright, God's truth. Right, look, I've already explained luck tier, I don't need to do that anymore. Okay, you also get to choose 1 potion to take with you on your adventure. A potion of skill, which restores my skill points whenever I want. A potion of strength, which restores my stamina, or a potion of fortune, which restores my luck. I'm going to go with stamina, because that seems a logical move, doesn't it, really? Say yes, Mike.
Yes, Mike.
Thank you. Right. Let's get on with it then, eh? Oh, I've got a background to read. Okay, background. You are an adventurer, a sword for hire, and have been roaming the northern borderlands, those guys with the masks and the guns, Pandora, of your kingdom. Having always spurned the dullness of village life, you now wander the lands in search of wealth and danger. Oh, so we're looking for a vault. Cool. Despite the long walks and rough outdoor life, you are content with your unknown destiny. Am I Link? This is not the face of Link.
I'm just counting 4 games.
Yeah. Despite the long walks... What? Oh, okay. Despite the long walks and rough outdoor life, you are content with your unknown... I've already read that. This is not going to be the first time I've read something twice. The world holds no fears for you as you are a skillful warrior. Yeah, fucking right. 8. Okay. Well practiced in the art of slaying evil men and beasts with your trusty sword. Not once during the last 10 days of you, upon entering the northern borderlands, have you set eyes upon another person. This does not worry you at all, as you are happy as you are miserable with your own company. That's not the royal line, sorry. You are happy with your own company and enjoy the slow, sunny days, hunting, eating, and sleeping. It is the evening, and having feasted on a dinner of rabbit, spit roasted on an open fire, you settle down to sleep beneath your sheepskin blanket. There is a full moon, and light sparkles on the blade of your broadsword, skewered into the ground by your side. You gaze at it, wondering when you will next have to wipe the blood of some vile creature with its sharp edge. These are strange lands, inhabited by weird and loathsome beasts, goblins, trolls, and even dragons. Thank you. As the flame of your campfire gently dies, you begin to drift asleep, and images of screaming, green-faced trolls flicker through your mind. YouTube comments. Suddenly, in the bush to your left, you hear the sound of a crack of a twig breaking under a clumsy foot. Like the clumsy reading. You leap up and grab your sword from the ground. You stand motionless but alert. Alert, Steve. Read. Pronounce. Enunciate. Ready to pounce on your unseen adversary. Then you hear a groan. Followed by the dull thud of a body hitting the ground. Is it a trap? Slowly you walk over the bush where the noise is coming from and carefully pull back the branches. You look down to see an old man with a great big bushy beard, his face contorted with pain. You crouch down to remove the iron helmet covering his balding head, and you notice two crossbow bolts protruding from his stomach of his plump chainmail torso. This is gruesome. Right, picking him up, you carry him over to the fire and start thinking about cooking him. You don't really. You just put him there to rest. After covering him with a sheepskin blanket, you manage to get the old man to drink a little whiskey. Water, kids. It's PG. It's PG. He coughs and moans. He sits up rigid, eyes staring fixed ahead, and starts to shout, "I'll get him! I'll get him! Don't you fear, Gillibrand! Big Leg is coming to bring you the hammer! Oh yes! Indeed I am, oh yes!" The dwarf, whose name you presume to be Big Leg, well gee, just say Big Leg, right, is obviously delirious from the poison-tipped bolts lodged in his stomach. You watch as he slumps down again to the ground, then whisper his name in his ear. His eyes stare unblinkingly at you as he again begins to shout. Oh, we've got a picture, look. Pictures. Ambush! Look out! Ambush! Ah! The hammer! Take the hammer to Gilbrand! Save the dwarfs! His eyes half close and the pain seems to ease a little as the delirium subsides. He speaks to you again in a low whisper. Help us, friends. Take the hammer to Gillibrand. Only the hammer will unite our people against the trolls. We're on our way to Darkwood in search of the hammer. Ambushed by the little people. Others killed. The map in me parts will take you to the home of Yastromo, the master mage of these parts. He has great magics for sale to protect you against the creatures of Darkwood. Take me gold. I beg you to find the hammer. Take it to Gillibrand, my lord of Stonebridge. You will be well rewarded. So we loot his corpse, punch him in the face and leg it. Oh no, wait, no, it says something else. Big Leg opens his mouth to start another sentence, but nothing comes out except his last dying breath. Peace. And then dies. You sit down and ponder Big Leg's words. Who is Gillibrand? Who is Yastromo? What is all the fuss about with this dwarfish hammer? You reach over to the still body of Big Leg and remove the pouch from the leather belt, and inside you find 30 gold pieces, and a map. Okay, so gold, 30. Right. Now what? Jingling the coins in your hand, you think of the possible rewards which may await you for returning the hammer to the village of the dwarfs. You decide to try and find the hammer in Darkwood Forest. It's been a few weeks since your last good battle, and what is more, you are likely to be well paid for this one. With your mind made up, you settle down to sleep, having taken back the sheepskin blanket from the poor Big Leg. He doesn't need it. Dead. In the morning, you bury the old dwarf. No, I don't. You gather up his possessions. Yes, I do. You examine the map, look up to the sun, and find your bearings. Whistling merrily, you head off south at a good pace, eager to meet this man Yastromo and see what he has to offer. Now turn over. Okay. The tower is set back on the edge of Darkwood, some 50 metres away from the path. Right. Your walk to Yastromo's takes a little over half a day, and you arrive at a stone tower, dirty and hungry. As the tower is set back on the edges of Darkwood, some 50 metres away from the path you have been following, it is difficult to find. Finally, you walk up to the huge oak door, somewhat relieved to find that it does exist and that Big Leg had not been speaking wildly in his delirium. A large brass bell and gong hang from the stone archway. As you ring the bell, a shiver runs down your spine and you realise the loud BOOM invades a deep silence, which you had not noticed before. There are no sounds of birds or animals to be heard. You wait anxiously at the door and hear slow footsteps descending from the tower above. A small wooden slot in the door slides open and two eyes appear and examine you.
Well, who are you?
demands a grumpy voice through the hole. You answer that you are I am an adventurer searching for the Master Mage Jastromo, intending to purchase magical items from him to combat the creatures of Darkwood Forest.
Oh, well in that case, if you're interested in buying some of my merchandise, you had better come up. I am Jastromo.
Right. He then turns and slowly climbs the steps to the stone stairs. Will you A, follow him up the stairs, or B, draw your sword and attack him? I'm going to attack him, because I'm an asshole. Right, okay, page 54. By the way, there was a checkpoint flash on the screen for a reason, if I die. Okay. You reach into your backpack and pull out the purple silk glove. What? No! Wrong page! Wrong page! As you draw your sword, Jastromo turns around and casually advises you not to be foolish, as his magic is great. If you still wish to attack him, turn to page 399. If you change your mind and decide to follow him, turn to page 261. Okay, hang on. Alright. We're going to 399, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to take this motherfucker down. He's the evil we've been hunting all this time. I can feel it.
He blows your head off. And
Hang on. You charge at Jastromo, but only reach the first stair when he lifts his right arm and nonchalantly mumbles a few words. Time seems to stand still amid bright flashes, and your body feels like a bubbling liquid inside. When the turmoil subsides, you know something terrible has happened. The stone stair feels cold on your body, and you realise the problems of your life as a frog. Jastromo bends down, picks you up, saying with a booming voice, "Well, foolish warrior, enjoy your new life." With that, he lets out a deafening laugh and nearly drops you. Then he shuffles to the oak door, opening it, throws you into the grass outside. Game over. Alright. I may be paraphrasing a little. Okay, in that case then, I guess we're following him up the stairs. Alright, page 261. Where are you? 261. You follow the huffing and puffing old man, that's not me, in the tattered robes up the spiral staircase to a large room. At the top of the tower, shelves, cupboards, and cabinets line the walls, all filled with bottles, jars, weapons, armour, and all manner of strange artefacts. Jastromo shuffles past the general clutter and slumps down in an old oak chair. He reaches into his pocket and pulls out a fragile pair of gold-rimmed spectacles. Placing these on his nose, he picks up a piece of slate and chalk from a table next to his chair and begins to write frantically. He then hands you the slate. Jesus, it's a shopping list! Look! Can you see that? It's a shopping list! Right. He then tells you that all the instructions for use are written clearly on the labels attached to the items, together with their suggested use. He sighs and tells you, unfortunately, the magic in the items only works once, but they are best you can buy for the money. Alright. Well, I'm going to have a potion of healing, which means I've now got 27 gold pieces. These all sound really... Holy water, because Castlevania, motherfucker. Alright, so now I have, 24? Right, Headband of concentration. Why not? You know, Richter Belmont up in this. Yes, I'm role-playing Richter Belmont in an entirely different game franchise. Fighting fantasy books. Who knew? And that's all I'm going to buy because I'm a cheapskate. I'm going to keep 21 gold. Alright. He tells you... Oh, I've already read that bit. Okay. If you decide to buy any of the items, pay for them by reducing the amount of gold in your adventure sheet and add the items to the relevant sections. Oh, God, there's so much fucking things to write. Okay. Heal... Potion. Holy... Water. What was that? Oh, yeah. Headband... of... concentration.
Don't suppose you want to stick a pencil on that, do you?
No. Where's the point in that? Okay, right. Jastromo then asks you the reason for the purchase of the items, and you tell him, we'll be Richter Belmont. You don't. You tell him your story, and you decide to continue the quest of the luckless Big Leg.
Ah, yes,
Jastromo says slowly, rubbing his chin.
I heard that the good dwarves of Stonebridge have lost their fabled warhammer. Without it, their king is unable to arouse his people, eh?
That's not a typo.
despite the fact that the hill trolls threatened the village. Rumour has it that an envious king of another village of dwarfs sent an eagle to Stonebridge to steal the hammer, which he'd managed to do. But as it flew back over Darkwood, it was attacked by death hawks, and the hammer dropped into the forest and was lost. Apparently 2 forest goblins found the hammer, but could not decide who was to keep it. They wrestled for hours but gave up. Then they discovered that the handle unscrewed from the head, and the argument was settled. One kept the head, the other kept the handle. Then they parted, each happy with their new treasure. Who knows if they still have them, so I'm afraid your problems are doubled. I can tell you that the head is made of bronze and the handle is made of polished ebony. Both head and handle have the letter G inscribed on them. Your task is not easy. Good luck.
You thank Nostromo and leave the room by the spiral staircase. Turn to page 177. Okay, now what? Outside in the bright light, you notice the dead quietness again. A narrow path. I can't pronunciate the words again. A narrow path leads northwards from the tall grass surrounding Yastromo's tower into the dense undergrowth of Darkwood Forest. In a few strides, you are surrounded by the dark and tangled forest. Stones and knotted roots seem to hide in the shadows, and you can almost believe that they are trying to trip you up. The light fades quickly, and the air becomes moist and unpleasant. Oh, yes. Deeper and deeper you go into the gloom. Eventually the path forks, path forks on either side of the huge old tree. Do I go east or do I west? Well, the sun rises in the east, so I'm going to go that way, because, daylight will be better, I think. So I'm going to go to page 160. By the way, that was a checkpoint. And by that I mean it's my cheaty, rewind time. I've got the Prince of Persia sandglass as well. Is it? Okay, page 160. There's a picture, look. Bird. Right. You arrive at a moss-covered wooden signpost, on top of which sits a large crow. The narrow path continues to cut its way through the tangled forest. Strange animal cries and noises echo through... It was fucking silent not long ago. Right. Strange animal cries and noises echo through the trees. At last the path widens to approximately a metre across. Soon you arrive at a moss-covered wooden signpost, on top of which sits a large crow. The arms of the signpost read north and east. Just as you are deciding which way to continue, you hear the words, "Good afternoon." You look up in the direction of the voice and see the crow looking down at you inquisitively. "Good afternoon," you reply slowly, feeling a little foolish. The crow speaks again, asking you which way you are headed. You reply that you are looking for 2 goblins, small and sinewy creatures with brown scaly skin. "1 gold piece will buy my advice," said Starscream the crow. Okay, am I going to pay for its advice? Or am I going to ignore the crow and turn north? Or am I going to ignore the crow and carry on eastwards? I want to ask for its advice, because, fuck it, I'm giving everyone else my fucking money. So that's now me with 20 gold. I'm assuming. 20 gold. And 3, 4, 3. By the way, I think if I game over again, I may have to call it. Because you don't want to listen to me ramble on forever and ever, do you? You do. Oh, that's charming. But no. You put the gold piece on top of the signpost as requested by the crow, after which it says, "Go north." You ask the crow why it needs gold pieces, and it replies that it needs 30 gold pieces to pay Nostromo back to become human again. You bid the crow farewell. If you want to turn north as advised by the crow, turn to 8. If you'd rather turn eastwards, 239. Let's go to page 8. Okay? This crow's either fucking done us a cropper and is going to rob us of our riches. Okay. Walking along the path, you hear footsteps and arguing voices ahead of you. If you wish to meet their owners, turn to page 317. If you would rather hide in the bushes and let them walk by, go to 392. I bet you like my stupid voices by now. Or you dislike them. Either way, you're going to suffer some more, because we're going to go find out who the fuck they are. 317. Oh, you draw your sword and prepare to meet the owners of the arguing voices. 2 tall, spindly creatures appear clad in cloth, over which they wear chainmail jackets. There you see, they see you and instantly drop their argument. They are hobgoblins, and draw their swords to attack you. If you win, blah, blah, if you wish to escape, blah. Okay, so for those interested, There's the hobgoblins. Okay? And I've got my new cheat skill. It's called Beretta. And I put 14 rounds in each of them with a reload.
Missed.
It's going to be easier this way than you do the battles as well. Okay. Oh, I'll tell you what. Okay, I'm going to do one set of dice rolls. Okay? One set of dice rolls. Where's the drop of chance? Drop of chance. Okay. You got the other mark? You got the dice? Right. You may roll my roll.
You roll your roll. I'm the enemy.
Oh, you're going to be the enemy. Alright, okay then. Alright. My dice. Drop of chance. Okay. We're... 2! Oh no, it's a 6.
Bollocks.
Oh no, no, it wasn't a 6. I got a 2. Go on, you roll yours then.
He's cheating.
6!
You die!
Continue. 9, 8, 7.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And Merc wins the April Fools.
Thanks for listening, guys. Bye.